Hey guys, this is an EGG1E1 production, and today I'm bringing you the Unturned guide to building. Now, I'm making this guide because I looked for guides on the internet, and there was some when I was getting into building, but I think they were quite long and not very comprehensible, so I'm going to try and bring a comprehensible basic guide to building in Unturned. The first thing you need to know, and the first section of this guide, is the materials. So, the main material when making basic houses will be wood. Now, wood is obtained by trees, and you chop down trees using either an axe or a fireman's axe. I'll be using an axe, as you can see wielding, and both of these items can be found in the structures around the world and just through basic exploring. So the way that you get the materials is just chopping down the tree. So you go up to the tree, you start smacking it in the face with your axe, just clicking on it, and eventually, as you can see, it gets chopped down. From the tree you get the two basic materials, sticks and logs. These will be the main materials that you'll be using throughout crafting buildings in Unturned. Also, there's another few odds and ends that you might need to find, and you'll just find them around the world. Those are things like bolts and nails and things like that. But you won't need very many of them, so don't really worry about it if you don't want to find them. Okay, so now that we have the materials, we want to know what to do with them. So I'm going to show you the basic things that you can craft with the logs and sticks, which are the two main things that we have just found. With the logs, one log turns into 4 boards. 4 boards turns into 2 plates, and 2 plates turn into 1 frame. This means that to obtain 1 frame, you need 1 log. With sticks, 2 sticks turns into 1 wooden support, and 2 wooden supports turn into 1 wooden cross. That means that you need a total of 4 sticks per wooden cross. Now that you know how to make the basic components of crafting, I'm going to show you how to make the more advanced building items. First, we're going to start with foundations. To make 1 foundations, you're going to need 3 logs. You turn the logs into boards, so you get 12 boards, and you turn the boards into plates, and the plates into frames. Now each foundation costs 3 frames. So these are the foundations that you're going to need to put down for your house. Secondly, you will need pillars. Pillars are put up around the house as well as being used to make walls. So, to make 1 pillar, you need 1 board and you need 2 supports. The supports are made by just putting 2 sticks into supports. Then, to make 1 pillar, you need 2 supports and 1 board, and you've made your first pillar. You're going to need quite a few pillars to make the house overall. And now we're going to use those pillars that we just made to make walls. To make 1 wall, you need 2 frames and 1 pillar, and you get 1 wall. These walls can also be made into a multitude of other things, such as doorways. You can make 1 wall into a doorway by just adding a support. Also, if you add a support, which I'm just finding now, if you add a support to a doorway, you can also make a window if you want to make a window. And by adding a support to a window, you can make a garage door. Now, to make a door for your doorway, we're going to use the only material in this guide that isn't wooden, and that is bolts. They are found around the world and they're pretty easy to get. So, to make a door, you use 1 frame and 1 bolt, and there we go. We get 1 wooden door. And now for the final item that you need when creating a house, and that is something called a platform. A platform is using 1 cross and 3 plates, and you make 1 platform. If you just want all of the crafting recipes and how to make them with the materials, they'll be on screen now, so you can pause it and just refer back to this video whenever you want. Cool, so now we have all of the materials that we need to start building. For the house that I'm going to make in this episode, what you're going to need is 2 foundations, 1 wooden door, 2 platforms, 5 wooden walls, 1 doorway, and 6 pillars. Let's go out and I'll show you how to make the house. First, let me slaughter this zombie. Okay. So, what you want to do is you want to find a nice flat place to build your house. This is because if you are on a ground that isn't level, it will be hard to place your foundations. This looks like a pretty nice place. So the way that you start is by placing down your foundations. If you equip your foundations, the first thing you'll see is this big green area on the ground. This will be where you place your foundations. You just place the foundations by clicking, and there you go. Now, you want to place your... I've got 2 foundations because I want to make a rather large house. Now, lots of people try and place it in perfectly here, but the best way to do it, and place it perfectly square, is go up to the edge, stand on the foundation that you've already placed and go up to the edge, and then this little white border, if you hover over it, it will clip to it and you'll place it perfectly. Let's place it down. There we go. So now we've got the foundations of our house. The next step is to put the pillars up. Now these pillars go on all corners of the house. So we're going to put them in all 6 pillars, and what you do is you just go to the edge, it will clip on, and then you just click to place them. So we'll go around and put down all of the pillars. Now it's time for placing the walls. So the walls that we've made, I'm going to put the walls all around here, and here I'm going to have the doorway. So what you do is you just go to the edge, in between the pillars, and you place them down. Now it's important that you put the pillars down first, because if you place the walls, well, it's not possible to place the walls down before the pillars. You just can't put it down and it will show red. Okay, so there we go, that's all of the walls down, and now I'm going to put the doorway in. The doorway just pops in there, just like a wall. So I've got our doorway, and now I'm going to use the door. Now the door doesn't clip to anything, so you've got to be careful that you place it correctly. So you just carefully put it in the gap there, and there we go. You can press F to open and close the door, just like that. Now finally I'm going to put the wooden platforms above. Now it's hard to put the wooden platforms up like this, so the way that you do it is, by the way, the wooden platforms are the ceiling. So the way that you do it is you look down on the foundation below it. When you have all of these walls up, it will just automatically show a green bit at the top of the screen, and you click. And we'll likewise here. And there we go. We have a nice little house that we can chill in and stay away from the evil nasty zombie that's sitting over there and he's trying to kill us. Oh wait, no he's not. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope this has helped. If you want to see all of the crafting recipes, I've put them down in the description down there. And that's all for now. So thank you very much guys. Hope you enjoyed watching. This was an EGG121 production. Bye!